I thank Mr. Dattagupta and all of our witnesses. We're going to go into the question and answer session. I want to start by yielding myself 5 minutes, and I'm going to focus on the economic policies and consequences side of this discussion. Mr. Ebel, my colleagues may have a different view of the economy and the path we're on and the projections that we've received from nonpartisan groups like CBO. I believe things are really bad, and I think they're going to get a lot worse if we don't change. GDP is at 1.1% in this first quarter. It's down from the last quarterly report, which was down from the last quarterly report because of interest rates. And interest rates are coming at us in hikes that we haven't experienced in a while because of inflation. Labor participation rates are low, et cetera, et cetera. But you talked about regulations. That's one that I don't think, that's a side of policies and economic impact that I don't think we quantify enough or discuss enough, the deleterious effects on our economy. $400 billion is what I understand, sir. $400 billion in additional regulatory cost in 2 years from this administration. My understanding, it's twice the clip of President Obama and 6 or 7 times the amount of regulatory burden and cost of the previous administration, President Trump. What do you say about over-regulating and its adverse impacts on us at this point, coming out of a recession and having the prospect of growth and jobs and higher wages and all the good things that come with that?
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
I hit your button.
Yeah.
There you go.
There. Thank you, Chairman Arrington. Yes, I agree with you. The three dampers on economic growth and prosperity are overtaxing, overspending, and overregulating. And my colleague at CEI, Wayne Cruz, is the real expert on this, on regulation. He has spent his entire career trying to quantify and identify the costs of regulation. In the energy sector, we see that regulation is a huge damper on the use and the production of energy. And I would say this: if you want to look at a place to get some economic growth, what I would call the Trump energy dominance agenda is what we need to return to. It turns out, because of the shale oil and gas revolution, that America is the world's energy superpower. And the so-called clean energy transition is an attempt to take us back to the days when we were incredibly dependent upon foreign countries for our energy. We used to run several $100 billion of deficits in importing oil every year. We're now an oil exporter and a gas exporter. Instead of that, what the clean energy transition proposes is that we become almost entirely dependent upon China for the critical minerals that are used in windmills, solar panels, and electric batteries. So this is, we're going in the wrong direction right now. I think your bill is a good step moving us back in the right direction.
Let me follow on that comment about wind and solar. My district actually produces more wind than any district in America, by the way, but we also sit on top of the Permian Basin, so we get to say that we produce all the above. But I am concerned about the distorting effect that you talked about with respect to reliable and affordable sources of energy. By the way, sources of energy we may need if we were ever to go to war, for example, with China. We'd also need financing for that war, which I'm very concerned that we wouldn't have. But one of the elements of the Green Energy Corporation subsidies one element of my concern is that they're 3 times higher than what they were marketed and sold during the IRA. The other piece is much of the component parts, if not the majority, of solar and wind are coming from China. I read an article where China was going to benefit to the tune of $125 billion. Can you make a quick comment there, and then I'm going to move on, let my ranking member ask.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot to be said about this, but we have traded energy independence for being dependent upon a potential adversary for everything that keeps our economy going, which is the stuff that moves and produces energy.
Thank you for your quick comment. Now, Mr. Boyle, I yield 5 minutes.